Oh man, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Today feels special. It is May 18th, 2026, and today is my 4-year anniversary of being in Charlotte. I remember when I pulled up to at the time I was in an apartment. I'm in the same complex that's in a townhouse in that apartment complex. I remember pulling up to the apartment and I really did break down emotionally when I got in there because I have fought so I have fought so hard just to get to that space. And for the first time in 16 years, I had finally had a place of my more or less my own. And I had a place in '08 apartment, but the time frame I was there alone was probably about maybe 8 months, 6 months, something like that. And from that point, there had always been somebody living with me in some way, shape, form, or fashion. or then I lived with someone. But when I moved here, it was just me. And I knew I was about to embark on a new journey because I was just me. I had very little furniture, but a neighbor gave me a l- uh, an office chair and entertainment center and gave me some stuff for the bathroom for Z. And then I just slowly started to build from there. And so looking at this last 4 years and each level of growth, simply year over year, have gotten a little bit better. Learned something different, explored a new place, explored a new version of me, built a new habit. Um, it's just always something to improve myself every single day to some extent. To some extent, and here I am. And Z graduates the final part of the school institution up to this point before going to regular college in the fall, which means that my mission to be here for Z during the high school years on Thursday will be complete. I said this kid is going to need you for these that from 13 to 18, 14 to 18, this kid's going to need you. And I made that decision to come out here just to make sure that I was a space of balance. And then at the same time, it this was what I needed to rebuild myself, to understand who I am, because I had no idea, to let go of all the things that no longer served me, people, habits, think ways of thinking, ways of being. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm proud of me. I'm proud of what I've been able to not only accomplish, but just who I've become and the person that I look at every single day is happy to be here, is excited about life, and the thoughts that I think do nothing but feed me on a regular basis. They feed me on a regular basis. Still, now, still haven't gone out much, but I've been to a few new places. I've met a few new people, and so now this is where I get to start to really, 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 really choose me. And choosing me is just loving on me more. Choosing me is when I step outside and as I start to uh, redesign my wardrobe and buy things that just represent me so that when I step outside as a representation fully of me, not just the old, the other version of me, the survival version of me. This is a thriving version of me. And I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. I turn 45 next year. Excuse me, next month. Turn 45 next month. And I really feel like my life has just kind of started over. It's like new game plus. I got more armor. I got way more knowledge. I got a lot of XP. And I can do this smarter, more strategically, and more intentional. I can do so much more intentionally. And just with that one thing of acting more intentionally and just how I show up every single day to everyone I come in contact with, every group that I'm a part of. Over the weekend, we met up with Daryl Johnson, the one who did my past life regression session and also did one for Z. And we just, my mom and I went out there and just met a group of people who are open to connecting with like minded individuals in how do I say, in a section of the spiritual community. And everybody has different ways of thinking, but just wanting to connect with humans who are open to other humans in a non-judgmental space is really, really cool. And I believe that in a space where I had been talking about for the last 4 years, I've been talking about being alone. I've been talking about being lonely. I've been talking about not knowing anyone. And it was just really because what I left in Maryland was comfortability. It was a support system. It was family that I saw, but I didn't really see them unless I made the effort. Nothing against them. That's just what happened. I had the It was important for me to see them when I was able to see them. And so I just made the efforts when I made the effort. So that's my pen. So coming out here is not as though I've seen anyone any more. I think definitely seen less, but but there was time I didn't see people when I was out there. There are people I didn't see that much while I was out there. So it's really not different from being here. But there's always something about when you're in proximity, you be like, I can always go. But if you don't go, you still didn't go, regardless of whether if they were in the same area or not. If you didn't see them, you didn't see them. And there's nothing saying that one cannot pick up a phone or, you know, we got social media and all those other things. So, excuse me. So, but I'm here. And the this next phase is finding my tribe, continuing to not find me, but rediscover me. And continue learning and growing to expand the idea of who I can become. So happy anniversary to me.